It's a pleasure to be here again, and thank you so much for inviting me again. It's also a pleasure to listen to the colleagues and hear, so many good things that are happening in the region, which we, I think, all collectively enjoy. Um, last year, I was standing here and I was making comments about Israel's economy, and that was soon after 2022, which was a record year for Israel's economy. And Israel was selected by The Economist as one of the four economies labeled as winners for that year. 2022 has been the second ever record year for Israel in venture fundraising. And early in 2023, things were looking up for us in Israel. So, it was very optimistic at the time. But as we all know, 2023 proved to be a challenging year for Israel. Israel faced internal political pressures, primarily during the first half of 2023, and then came Hamas's horrific attack on Israeli citizens on October 7th, which was the deadliest day for Jews since the Holocaust, and then the Gaza war with its deadly toll. It has now been half a year since the fighting started, and despite all challenges that we've witnessed, we actually saw the resilience of the Israeli economy throughout this time. Geopolitical uncertainty remains high, and despite the gradual improvement in economic activity in Israel, it is clear that there's still a long way to go until the economy fully recovers. The war is impacting various areas of the economy in different ways, and slowdowns due to shortages of workers in sectors such as construction industry that has considerable weight in Israel's economic activity have negatively affected the economy. The level of overall activity remains lower than just before the war, but economic activity is adjusting to the situation, and according to Israel's central bank's analysis, consistent recovery can be seen in recent months. As an example, credit card purchases in most industries have returned to their pre-war levels, and sometimes they even went beyond, or they go beyond. According to the Bank of Israel's forecasts, GDP is expected to grow by 2% in 2024 and by 5% in 2025. This is under the assumption that the war's direct economic effect will continue until the end of 2024 with decreasing intensity. As for venture investments, as we all know, the majority of venture funding in Israel is derived from foreign sources, primarily the United States. This remained the case also throughout the past year, although recently we're seeing growth in the share of local Israeli investments as part of the total VC investment in Israel. I think that I'm hearing myself twice. I'm fine. Oh, maybe I'm just hearing impact of the words. So Q1 of 2024 saw a change of trajectory in the number of investment deals. During 2021 and 2022, deals tended to be fewer with larger dollar value. Now, after 8 successive quarters of this trend in the number of deals, the number of investment deals finally changed course and began climbing in a significant way. This is related mainly to the stage of investment, as Q1 of 2024 saw a hike in early stage deals. And I was speaking to some of the people here in the room, before we went up, and I know that there are quite a few early stage investors in the room. So I think that it's important for everybody to note and to know that we are seeing a big surge now in early stage investments. So basically, essentially, we saw more deals of less dollar value each, but more of them. The drivers of this uptick were of all types: local, foreign, VC, private investors, first and follow-on investments. So this is very robust. While the rise in this activity was primarily in early stage investments, Israel still continues to see later stage larger investment, and we saw this in Q1 with the creation of 2 new unicorn companies in Israel and fundraising by 5 additional unicorns just in Q1 of 2024. Currently, investments are obviously below the exceptional figures that we saw in 2021, 2022, and yet they are now on par roughly with the 2019 pre-COVID levels. And I think that, again, this is something, at least for me, when I was looking at the data, it wasn't trivial, right, with everything going on. And I think that this is a very strong and important message. I started this short talk mentioning that at the end of 2022, Israel was ranked 4th in the Economist's Developed Economies ranking. Indeed, a year later, the end of 2023, after undergoing political tensions, still in the midst of war, once again, we were ranked 4th in the same Economist's ranking for the best performing economies. And the presence of investors and their ability to cope with local risk assets turned out to be better than expected. This data continues to show that Israel enjoys a strong economy that rests on sound foundations. Israel's economy keeps demonstrating resilience, and Israel continues to be attractive as an investment destination. This is primarily due to Israel's core competency, its quality workforce, and its famous innovation. Despite highly challenging circumstances, investors recognize that this core offering remains, and now, actually, at even better valuations than before, allowing them to get more for their buck. Investors recognize that it's not just a slogan, but rather a reality. Israeli companies and Israeli founders deliver no matter what. Before I close, I just want to highlight a number of things that we're doing. And again, for all of you, because I know that there are many investors here. And more recently, I think that we've started getting closer with some of the, let's say, Hellenic business folks in the region. One thing is that we have an investment conference that is taking place next week on Wednesday. It's called Restart AL Economy. We're going to have an abundance of Israeli companies that are coming in multiple sectors. So anybody who's interested in tech investments, please reach out. We're part of the organizers, so we can still kind of sneak you in as a VIP. It's a combination, interesting combination of sneaking somebody in as a VIP, but we can definitely do that. We're also hosting business solidarity missions to Israel, and a few people here in this room actually participated in the last one that we held. These are business missions that we're bringing to Israel, but we also allow the business people that we bring to interact with the people, get to know, understand the story firsthand, not told by the government, not told by anybody else, told by the actual people on the ground. So I encourage you again, if there is such interest, please reach out. We will be happy to include you in one of them. And before I close, I would like to use this opportunity to extend my condolences to the family of those killed, to share the wish for full recovery for the injured, and to express hope and an eager desire for the speedy and safe return of the captives and the missing. And I wish for better days for all of us. Thank you.